La abogada Margaret W. Wong tiene más de 40 años de experiencia en leyes de inmigración y ha sido premiada en múltiples ocasiones como una de las mejores abogadas del país. Maneja todo tipo de casos migratorios a nivel nacional y tiene oficinas en 9 ciudades: Cleveland, Nueva York, Memphis, Nashville, Atlanta, Columbus, Raleigh, North Carolina, Chicago y Minneapolis. No hay caso de inmigración que no podamos manejar. Es la abogada Margaret Wong, la que sí sabe de inmigración. 216-259-8897. 216-259-8897.
Hello, everybody. My name is Juan Carlos Branda, and for me, it's a pleasure to be here in the city of Cleveland with Ms. Margaret W. Wong, who has been working in the immigration field for over 40 years. And it's a beautiful opportunity to be here during the summer. And, a lot of people are getting back there, getting back to work, the world is opening, and we are excited because a year ago or more than a year ago, we couldn't be here without a mask. So it's exciting now because we are meeting clients in person, which we really needed. And also the immigration offices, the ICE office, the immigration court are already opening in nationwide, and we are not going to be behind, at least not like this last year. So that's very good. But Ms. Wong never stopped working for this whole time. She always came to the office. Sometimes people would tell her, Ms. Wong, please stay home. We don't want you to get sick, and we don't want you to get COVID. And she was brave, social distancing, all of the security measures and everything, but she was really brave, and she never stopped working and helping the people that need immigration advice. So thank you so much, Ms. Wong, for having us today. How are you doing?
I'm good. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And thank you so much for being so brave during this time that was really tough.
Oh, thank you. I have nothing to lose. I'm 71 years old.
Wow.
I lost my husband. My children are grown. My grandchildren are very happy.
But the world has a lot
nice
to lose if we lose you.
Oh.
So that's why I'm telling you, you are really brave. And that's something that we have to be really proud of. That we have a person that represents us and also that inspires us to do our work and to help people. So, Ms. Wong, if we could start by talking about how the world is opening, but also new opportunities that people have regarding to the immigration field. And one of the latest news that we've received are about the U visa. So we know for U visa, people need to be a victim of a crime, but they had been waiting for so long. So what is the difference now? Who can file for this work permit now?
Yes. There's a new thing from President Biden just a few weeks ago saying that they may approve work permits under deferred action status, just like the Wawa cases, the abused spouse cases. So normally when there's an abused spouse 360 cases, you can get a work permit after, I would say, about 9 or 10 months, if everything is completed, if there's a great chance of success. So now they're talking about that under U visa. But after that announcement 3-4 weeks ago, right now there's no new thing. So my advice for our listeners is to maybe file the 14 and 15 work permit. The C14 is for the spouse and the children, and the C15 is for the chief beneficiary, the principal alien. All right. So actually 14 is for the principal alien. The 15, the one behind, is always for the spouse and family. But that's very big news. Even though U visa is only granted to 4,000 to 10,000 people a year, that's why the line is very, very long now.
Okay, so the good news are that we may qualify for work permit. So if you want more information, just make sure that you give us a call to the office of the attorney Margaret W. Wong. The phone number is 216-279-3984. 216-279-3984, and they will give you an answer about your immigration question, especially in this case of the U visa work permit. So, Ms. Wong, if I am granted or approved on my U visa request, what comes next?
If you are granted the U visa request, instead of granted the deferred action, you are granted 4 years of work permit that's under A19 and A20, 3 years and 1 day after the final grant or after the approval of the first day of that work permit, you can start filing for green card. The green card should be approved within 9 months to 1.5 years.
Okay, so can I lose my U visa, Ms. Wong?
Right now, U visa is a big problem because there was a time you file it, you get approval in 3 to 6 to 9 months, but there were so many filings from from all sorts of people. As long as the law enforcement signs the 918B, you can file. So lately, in the past 2 or 3 years, U visa really have stopped the adjudication process under Trump for the past years. Hopefully, Biden actually is proposing to allow 30,000 numbers instead of just 10,000 or 5,000. We'll see if that passes. But right now, there is problems on U visa.
Okay, so and maybe because a lot of people are doing it the wrong way or trying just to get into trouble. I've heard that people, and I wouldn't do that, but I've heard that some people go and pay someone to beat you up so that you can have a case. So I don't know how dangerous that could be, but the police will notice that, right?
Right, because you have to call the police right away. And the police are not stupid, And then 3 days later, they say, hey, can you sign this piece of paper? It's just weird. We also have cases where I've seen that, for example, a person came for a job interview, is walking to another job interview, and in the meantime, get hurt on the way. There's no surveillance TV. And then 2 years later, now they report and say, oh, I was hurt on that day, So, but if the police is willing to sign, you can file it, but doesn't mean it's approved.
Okay, thank you so much, Ms. Wong, for this answer. And don't forget that you can call and get more information on 216-279-3984, 216-279-3984. We have an interesting comment here, and it says, I heard they are now giving work authorization for pending U visa applications. How long would it take to get my work permit after I apply for the U visa?
Okay, so after you apply the U visa, which is a 918, the police sign the 918B. If you have spouse and children, you sign the 918A. Then you file everything. You probably need a waiver, which is the I-192. And then if I were you, I would file for both work permits, but it's expensive because each work permit is about $110. There's a fingerprinting cost of another $85. But with this Biden new executive order, you may want just to do the 14 and 15 work permit, save some money. But if not, I would do both because ultimately you need the 4 years anyway, because it's only a 2 year, the 14 and 15. Once you file everything correctly and properly, under the Wawa case, it's taking about 6 to 9 months. So we are only using, because right now it's only a new proclamation, we don't know yet, but I would presume after 6 to 9 to 10 months. But right now we have no more direct directives from headquarters.
Okay, thank you so much, Ms. Wong, for your answer. And don't forget, Ms. Wong has offices in 9 cities of the United States. One of them is Atlanta, Chicago, Columbus, Cleveland, where we are today, Memphis, Tennessee, Minneapolis, Nashville, Tennessee, New York, and Raleigh, North Carolina. And the phone number that you can call is just one phone number, 216-279-3984, 216-279-3984. Also, you can visit imwong.com, imwong.com, and Ms. Wong can give you an answer to your question. So the next question is, I am from Jamaica. I entered the United States legally in 1997, and I was sent back to my country. So I'm trying to find out if I can apply for a visa to go to the United States.
That's a good question. That's more than 30 years ago. You were sent back. In those days, I've seen a lot of Jamaicans sent back either because there's maybe some drug issues, but you did not have that because they're probably thinking you're coming illegally to work. Because in those days, it's so much easier to come with a passport, with a visa. So a lot of times we come, we work a little bit, make some cash, and go. So you were stopped entry. It absolutely go now to apply for the tourist visa if you have no family here. But if you have on the form, they will ask, have you ever filed for any visa petition, any labor certification, any green cards, any permanent residence and stuff like that? And I would presume the answer is no. If it's yes, explain. On the form, they also asked, do you have any immediate relatives in America? So I presume you won't have it. But if this yes, explain. All right, those are very important questions. They also have a question on, were you ever denied a visa? You say yes in airport. So it depends on what airport. In those days, it's very tough to come through Chicago. Even now, it's very hard, right? Chicago is known to be tough. So it depends on what airport. Name the airport, because people who work since those days, I've been an immigration lawyer since the 70s. So in the 90s, there's a lot of Jamaican denial. So people who are still in this business, who works in the American embassy, they would know because they live and work in Jamaica. But most State Department officers, they rotate out every 3 or 5 years. So if they don't remember, but people like us, we remember. I always tell my listeners, you forget, you forgive, but you don't forget. All right. So I forgive them for canceling my visa, but on the other hand, it's only on suspicion because that was under the old law. The new law came in February 2002. So in your case, definitely go apply for tourist visa. Tell them you have never attempted undocumented entry. Most Jamaicans don't come through the Mexican border. It's more the Central Americans and the Mexicans, and then later on Spanish, the Brazilians. But so explain all to them. There's certainly, but do you intend to study? No. Do you intend to work? No. Depends on your age. And it doesn't hurt to buy a round trip ticket, even though it looks stupid when you apply. It doesn't hurt to, I know they don't require it. It doesn't hurt to have maybe a friend write you a letter to invite you. But then it also creates problem because if you have friends who are American citizens in America, why would you go back? If you're still single, even though you're in the 50s or 60s or 40s, because you were denied entry in 97. So at that time, I presume you were in your 20s or as a teenager. So I would not ask a male friend, because if they check it, if that person is single and you are still single, they may presume we're coming in to marry. So these are little things, little nuances, but definitely go apply. There are 2 ways they may deny. One way is saying fraud. That means that we had lied to them in 97. Now, that's a good denial because now you can file for a pardon, a waiver. A non-immigrant visa waiver, you don't need qualifying relative. You also don't need a form. You just have to give them documents on equity, stuff like that. But if they deny on 214B, that's not a good denial because 214B means you have ties to America. You don't have enough ties to Jamaica, and probably they will deny the visa. So, and 214B is non-appealable. It's no rhyme and reason. My own visa was denied in 69 for like two, 3 times. And when I went back to a 1-week visit before law school, they also denied my own visa. And looking back, it's probably also a 214B. Even in those days, I didn't know what I was doing.
Okay, thank you so much, Ms. Wong, because this is a very clear answer for this person that just sent this question. And if you have any questions, please write them down while we are live. This answer is going to be absolutely free by Ms. Wong, who has been working on this field for over 40 years since she started with only 1 desk and no secretary. And now you see this is a beautiful office here in the city of Cleveland, and she has offices in other 8 cities of the United States. So if you need more advice, please give us a call, 216-279-3984, 216-279-3984. And you can also visit the website www.imwong.com, and you will find more information, a lot of information there regarding to the immigration field. So, Ms. Wong, this person entered through the border. They came through Mexico, and they are from Venezuela. They came in May the 3rd, and they were released and paroled in on May the 5th. They had to report with ICE in Georgia, but they missed one of their dates to report for 1 week. Are they in so much trouble, or they can just go there and report uh, after a week?
I presume they have to personal report. I presume they don't have ankle bracelets or no phone reporting. I would definitely, if not go today, go tomorrow if the office is closed. But right now, most offices are open. They started opening in June. If they're closed, take a picture. You were there, take a selfie or something to prove you were there. Go now, because and explain why you missed it, because they really trusted us to let us come to America. And the good news is you were paroled. I don't know if you came with young children, that helps us, but definitely go there. If they ask you what's the purpose, the answer should be fear. And because you had fear because of race, nationality, religion, political opinion, and member special group, they allow you in parole. So this is very, very nice. Parole is better than enter without a visa. And I presume you didn't stay in jail for too long. Absolutely go now. Atlanta ICE is becoming nicer. Atlanta courts are still pretty mean, very mean. There's some mean ones that became BIA judges under Trump, and that's not good.
Okay, thank you so much, Ms. Wong, for this answer. And don't forget, the phone number is 216-279-3984, 216-279-3984. We have another person that says, good morning. I asked a question yesterday and you responded live. My name is Victoria, the nurse from Nicaragua, and I would like to know the address in New York. So I will find it and send it to you through messages, so that you can go. It's in Manhattan, right?
Right.
Yeah, it's in the city of Manhattan, and the office is open for public, right?
It's open now.
So it's open. You can go directly there, and they will take care of you. So please give us a call, 216-279-3984, 216-279-3984. The next question we have now is, I need to apply for citizenship, but I have a couple DUIs. Can I still apply for citizenship, please?
Number one, DUI is not a CIMT. It's not a crime of moral turpitude. No more DUIs, all right? Actually, more than one is no good. More than two is no good. No more than two, because it's considered a felony. But DUI itself is not a CIMT. As long as, if I were you, I would not apply for naturalization until more than 5 years after the second DUI. I would also go to court and get a certified judgment entry and transcript to prove that, to see what you have. It could be OBI, it could be physical control, it could be a DUI, because a lot of our clients, they don't even know what they plead guilty to, because they don't have a lawyer, they have a public defender, and it was not explained. And also, make sure I would go to rehab, because if you have two DUIs, it really it's not looking good. It's not even just citizenship. It's not good. You don't come to America and drink and drive, and hurt someone potentially. So I would also join AA. I would go to the church basements. I would show. So during the interview, because on the form, they specifically ask you, are you an alcoholic? So the answer is no or yes, but once you're alcoholic, you're always alcoholic, right? So you really need that treatment, and explain to immigration that you're under treatment or something like that. But if it's less than 3 years ago or 2 years ago, if you're married to an American citizen, it's 3 years. If it's not, it's 5 years. Look carefully, because DUI is really not that good. But one thing nice about Biden is they probably would not put you in a removal proceeding. Unlike Trump, he would have. But look at it carefully. Go check the court records, because you may not even have DUI. You may have a physical control. Then you're okay.
Okay, thank you so much, Ms. Wong, for this answer. The phone number is 216-279-3984, 216-279-3984. We have another question. Sharmi is asking, hi, good afternoon. I paid NVC fees. Do I have to upload documents same time?
No, You don't, but I would, because then I presume quota is open. The faster you do it, the better. But you don't have to apply at the same time. Load it, but you might as well. Why not?
Okay.
It's not that hard. But sometimes it's just the clicking. You just have to sit there. If you're stuck, they won't let you go and go to the bathroom and come back and stop getting angry. Because sometimes I get so angry and frustrated because of that silly computer. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much, Ms. Wong, for this answer. And I have another question coming through our inbox messages. Find it. Okay. It says, I have a friend that is detained in the immigration detention center in Georgia. They are asking for a $19,000 bond, and we found a bond company, and they are saying that we have to pay the 15% of the whole amount. The only issue we have now is that we don't know a resident or citizen person that could pay for it and help our friend. Can we talk to someone who has DACA or TPS to help him?
That's a very good question. I will check that because we have always had a green card person or citizen. Number one. Number two is, if I know it's a lot of money, but at least he get bond, right? And I don't know what country he's from, but at least we got the bond. I always recommend, unlike criminal bond, you only need to pay 10-15%, and you don't get the money. Voluntary departure and leave the country, you get all the money back plus interest from our government, and we can trust American government. So normally I know at 19,000 is a lot of money. There are people who sometimes on charity, they will help you pay some, but if not, try to collect, borrow 1,000 from 19 people, and because you will get money back plus interest, either you win or you get deported or you voluntary departure, or for years. These are cases you can win, because the fact that they do 19,000 means that it's not just from Mexico. There's some reason, because those are cases you may be able, if you file asylum within a year, the chances of winning, if you have a good story and a real story, is like 85-95%. So first advice, try to pay a certified check order cash bond instead of bondsman, because some bondsmen, because they know we only speak Spanish, we don't speak English, they charge you, like I have clients who paid for 30 years, $500 a month, until they win or they lose. And sometimes these cases takes 20-30 years to win or to lose, because it's my job to keep clients in this country. So try to pay a cash bond, because you won't get money back. 15,000 of 19, 15% of 19,000 is like $4,000 or $5,000.
I was trying to make my maths.
That's right. It's like a lot of money.
Like 10%.
3. If you came and find someone to pay 3. If not, lawyers do it. I personally always advise people to find a personal friend, because what happens if the lawyer got lost and they take the money? Because if you lose the case and you left, the lawyer can take the money back or something like that. Personally, I don't trust. I mean, not that I don't trust myself, but normally we always say you don't know about people, you don't know about life.
Yeah, that's true. So thank you so much, Ms.
No
Wong.
problem.
We have a question from Kalian Panchumarte. It says, I applied asylum in America. Is it possible to visit Canada and come back to America?
No. Number one, you need a parole. Anytime you visit another country, you can always leave America, but how are you going to come back? So to come back, you need a parole. And right now, especially under Trump, under Obama, you could have done it. Under Biden, I'm not trying. Actually, I won some parole cases under Biden, but that's because I filed it. I mean, we did well. So no, the answer is no, don't.
Okay, thank you so much, Ms. Wong. And don't forget, the phone number is 216-279-3984, 216-279-3984. Over 40 years of experience and many attorneys working for her and with her regarding to the immigration cases across the whole United States of America. And the offices are located in Atlanta, Chicago, Columbus, Cleveland, Memphis, Minneapolis, Nashville, New York, and Raleigh, North Carolina. And the phone number is just one phone number, 216-279-3984, 216-279-3984. This next question is can I how long can a green card holder spouse file for the other spouse? Is there a waiting period?
That's a very good question. There's a family 2A. Right now, if the alien is in America and is legal, you can actually do adjustment of status now because family 2A is all current. That means even though you're from Mexico, from China, as long as you're legal, you can do a direct adjustment of status. It's open. That's one of Biden's dreams, is to always keep family 2A open, which are spouses of green card holders or children under 21 of green card holders. That's his dream, and it has to be open. But if the alien is overseas and you are here because you have to stay here to protect your green card, I would expect 2.5 years. Your spouse should be in America.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much, Ms. Wong, for this answer. And also, don't forget that you can get more information if you go to our YouTube channel. Ms. Wong will be able to give you some information through the podcast that is released on YouTube in English, in Spanish, and also in Spotify, Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, and a lot of platforms. So if you can talk to her, or if you cannot call the office right now, maybe you can go to the channel and see a lot of information, and also subscribe to the channel, and you will have all the immigration news that Ms. Wong is doing every single week. So thank you so much, Ms. Wong. And this next question is, I am a business person. I am from Venezuela. I have about $50,000 that I have saved from my businesses. They are all legal businesses. I am not related to the Venezuelan government, but to be honest, I cannot stay here anymore. So is there something I can do with those $50,000 in the United States, like an investment visa or something like that?
Okay, that's a very good question. When you say stay here, I presume you're still in Venezuela. I don't know if you have a tourist visa entry. If you have a tourist visa, come on a tourist visa first. Your life savings is $50,000. It's a lot of money, but I would not recommend you use all the $50,000 to do something here when you're not even here. So I would try to come over with a tourist visa and examine your opportunities. Does Venezuela have an e-visa? Argentina have it. Yeah. Well, I'll let you know later, because I don't even know if Venezuela have e-visa, because Argentina have it, Taiwan have it, Korea have it, Hong Kong don't have it, China don't have it. So it depends on the treaty country. But even if there's an e-visa status, the minimum investment, even though the word under the immigration law is substantial, substantial means that, like for Korea, it's about 200,000 because Korea economy is high now. Taiwan is about 150, 200,000. Mexico has an e-visa status and it's about maybe 180,000. There was a time you can get 25,000 US and do e-visa. I don't necessarily think Venezuela have e-visa because Venezuela have no more treaty. I mean, Venezuela is slowly going down.
Yeah, I just found out they don't have.
They don't have it. Thank you. Good. Thank you. That means that even if you have 50,000, because the EB5 that a lot of rich people do, and that's a good question because EB5 as of June 30th sunset, which means now it went back to $500,000 US instead of 900,000, but right now it's in limbo because they're not approving cases. They're not even accepting filing because they're waiting for Senate and Congress to repass the law. So we don't know if they'll pass it on $500,000 like before or 900,000 like before June 30th. So, but 50,000 is not equated to $500,000. So my answer to that is any way you can come to America or to Europe or to Colombia, go and get a tourist visa to come to America and figure it out here. Or
Thank
get
you
a
so
student
much,
visa.
Miguel.
Thank you.
And we have actually the last question. It says, my dad passed away a few weeks ago and he had 4 properties in the United States, 2 of them in Miami and 2 of them in Orlando. He also has bank accounts for over $100,000. But our visa was expired last year, and due to COVID, we could not renew it. He passed away in Venezuela because of COVID, and now I need to figure out what I will do with all those properties and the bank accounts because I don't want my family to lose all that money. What can we do?
Okay. So did this person say he's here or he's back in Venezuela?
In Venezuela.
Okay,
The
he's in
visa is
Venezuela.
expired.
Visa expired. So the only way you can do it, because Venezuela, no more American embassy, maybe go to Mexico, Colombia, somewhere to apply for the visa. But it's very difficult because you are what we call orphan country. Orphan country means that American campus, American have no more relationship with you, so American embassy is closed. It's difficult. So for now, absolutely. So he died. Is there any families here? Because you need a probate lawyer to probate. Maybe leave it because you don't want to keep paying. Probate lawyers are expect. I shouldn't say that because my friends are going to kill me. But anytime you use American lawyers, they charge by the hour. Probate lawyers, divorce lawyers. You need somehow to get yourself a tourist visa to come to America to take care of affairs. So get the death. How did he die? Because of COVID? How old is he? Did he marry with your mother? And how old are you? How many? Does he have a will? How many children does he have? Put all that down in your application form for your tourist visa. And the fact that you were here and you left and your father died means that you may not have ties to America, so you're not going to stay here illegally anyway. So these are things, as long as you prove to Colombia or whatever countries you can go to and apply for the visa, then it's good. But Colombia is also a nasty American, not nasty, but because of the drug issues and that's bad. So it depends on where you can go. And do you have an Italian passport? You can come in on an Italian passport. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much, Ms. Wong. And for everybody who has joined us today and sent the questions, please don't forget that you can talk to Ms. Wong directly over the phone, or you can come to the office here in Cleveland, or we are seeing people in different cities of the United States. Nashville, we were in Nashville on Monday, and it was really good, really successful. Next week, we're going to be on the 20th in the city of Chicago. And now I have the dates for August, so please follow us on Facebook, on Instagram, and get informed about the schedule of traveling because the world is opening and we cannot get used to just stay at home as well.
That's right.
It's like
Yeah.
it's so maybe so comfortable. Maybe we got used to it, but we need to get back there because the world is moving, and we cannot just stay there. So thank you so much, Ms. Wong, for everything you are doing. And for everybody who has joined us today, please give us a call. 216-279-3984, 216-279-3984. The attorney, Margaret W.